Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yay, 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 yay. Woo! Okay, we're gonna hear some weird things. It's gonna be me. I'm checking my audio. Yay. Yeah, it works. That's kind of funny. Other than that, welcome back. Yeah. Today we are doing some reading sprints because I don't know how to read apparently. Yeah, that's just how I've been going. I've literally been not reading. No, that's not true. I have been reading. I have. It's just I seem to not be reading books that I have already been reading. I'm just adding more books to my currently reading on Goodreads, and it's not great. So I just want to tell you about the books that I am reading right now. First off, we all know this book because I've literally been reading it for the past month. It's Descendant of the Crane. Oh my god. Wow. Who could have guessed? Literally been reading it since March 26th when I announced my April live show. The live show already passed and I'm still reading it because I'm such a bad reader. Other than that, I've just reached chapter 16. So I want to just dive in. That's why, honestly, I'm doing these reading sprints because I just need to do it, and I need to read. I just need to dive in because I was in my library yesterday, not my school library, none of that. I was in my club library, and so I borrowed a ton of books because, first off, I borrowed from my ebook, but I also borrowed this beautiful, beautiful cover, and it's so gorgeous that I didn't want to read it as an ebook. It's Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's got some really nice artwork, and I'm 5 years old, so I need some pictures in my life. No, I'm kidding. It's just some really minimal, it's like border design. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And like they have the mermaids. The mermaids are the best part, in my opinion. They are my absolute favorite because I love mermaids. I love mermaids. That's it. It's also raining, so I don't know. I was thinking maybe going for this like nice, chill kind of thunder lightning. So I'm not gonna mute my mic. I'm just gonna have books just flipping pages, here and there. It's gonna be really fun. Also, look at this. She's she's so pretty. This is why I'm so glad I borrowed the physical book for Language of Thorns instead of getting it on ebook, because I don't know how it looks like on ebook. It probably has the images, but I want that. And I'm really excited because I do want to get this as well as Rule of Wolves, so I'm really excited for that. I'm just simp for Leigh Bardugo's books, apparently. But these are so pretty. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's the book that I borrowed physically, and then I have my iPad. Hi, welcome, Blanca. We're doing some reading sprints. I'm currently introducing you to some books that I decided to borrow. And I don't know if I should say some or maybe like a lot. Yesterday, I borrowed 6 books from my library. 7, including Language of Thorns. 8, I'm reading another book that I borrowed a few days ago. And then I'm also reading this book. This is what I want. Let's center it. This is what I want to read right now. Other than that, guys, welcome. My English is broken apparently. Welcome, Chris. Welcome everybody. We're gonna start our live sprints soon. I want to know what you guys are reading. You guys don't have to do reading at all. You can do some writing sprints. I was gonna say reading. Some writing sprints if you have this weird thing, homework you need to do. Work, I don't know, but I'd love to know. I'm going to be reading primarily. That's something that I need to work on. So, what are you guys up to today? And if you guys are reading, what books are you guys reading? I'm taking out my highlighters right now. I've been annotating Descendant of the Crane, and it's so fun. I feel like it's also making me read more in depth, so I've been really enjoying it. And I've also been doing like tabbing it really thin so you can barely see the, if I put it like front facing, you can't really see too much of the sticky notes. But then if you like put it to the side, you'll like really know it's there. It's so fun. Deadly Dreams. Oh, I really want to read Fortuna Sworn. I've been hearing such good things about it. I don't know why I haven't started reading it, but it's up there. It's definitely something I do want to read, for sure. Oh, City of Bones. I have not read that in a while. I did read that in the past when I was in like middle school, so a while back. But it's been a while. I hope you enjoy it. It's a good series, but then again, that was my middle school opinion, and it's really been a while. 8 a.m., definitely. Good morning, by the way. It's afternoon for me. I just took like a 15-minute nap because I had a headache, but I wanted to continue with this reading sprint because I need to get this book done so bad. I need to get it done. But yeah. So City Bones, Deadly Dreams. Other than that, I'm gonna pull up the timer. We're gonna do 25-minute sprints specifically. And I'm gonna share my screen. Share screen. Ah, here we go. Nice. All right. We're gonna get started with these sprints. I was going to not mute, but I think I'm gonna mute for everybody's sake. So you can have a little piece of quiet. I would love to put the thunder in the background, but I don't know if you guys want that over my overheated laptop. But we're gonna get started. So in two, 3, 2, and 1. Good luck, everybody. Let's start. Okay, guys. How did everybody do? I hope everybody did well. I did not too bad. Not too bad at all. I really hope everybody did well. I started chapter 16 and I was actually a few pages away from chapter 18. Definitely annotating slows me down. I think that's also one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to finish this book. But, it's an okay sacrifice. I really don't mind. But yeah, I hope everybody did well. So far, we've definitely gotten to the big plot point that is like an OMG kind of situation. Nice. 8 minutes left. How are you liking it? 10 pages, not fast. Oh, I'm not a fast reader either. I'm very slow. Ebooks though, audiobooks, I can run through that. But then when it's physical books, I'm like struggling. It takes me forever. Um, yeah, but I hope it all went well. How are you liking City of Bones, by the way? Because I do know that book and I do remember that. But I do want to, because Deadly Dreams is book 3 and it's a trilogy, I believe. I don't know. So I don't know anything about Fortuna Sworn, but I do want to. The Perfect Mother by Amy Molly. Very interesting. Very interesting. Is that a thriller? I don't know. I always get the sense that something with like something mother, something related to that, it's always a thriller, maybe crime. I love crime books. It's a crime thriller is the best. That is a guilty pleasure of mine. I love it so much. But I hope it all went well. I got my blanket out because I narrator ruin it for you. Yeah, I must say that my first audiobook that I read, it was really bad. Actually, the first audiobook I read, I DNF'd that book. So I do think it's the book, but also the narrator. And I must say, narrators are a huge part of why I either don't like the book or I do like the book. So I'm really sorry that it's kind of being ruined for you. I must say, though, I did read okay. Listen to them, read them. Yeah, but good point, Zoya. Thank you. But yeah, she's reading City of Bones, reading by listening. Exactly. So still technically reading. Very good point. Very good point indeed. Yeah. Oof. I only started listening to audiobooks last year. So I'm still definitely very new with that. But yeah, and ebooks. It's all very new. Because I was only like physical books only. And then obviously the pandemic happened. And then I had to read online and ebooks and everything. City of Bones is always interesting. Yeah, it always is. It is. I, by the way, donated all my City of Bones, the series, to the library. But I did keep Infernal Devices, Dark Artifices, and then obviously Chin of Gold. But not like I enjoyed the City of Bones series, but I feel like I enjoyed the other Shadowhunter universe books a little better than the Shadowhunter series with Clary and Jace, but it was good. Oops. I think a full cast audio might be better for me. Ended up laughing and not in a good way. Oh, Yeah, sometimes I feel like if there's just one narrator and sometimes they're doing like a low voice or a really high voice, a children's voice, I have no idea. It sounds eh, you know, it really depends on. I feel like there are some really good narrators out there. Like there are some really good like I pretty much read on Audible or I just started using Libro FM, but Audible there are some great narrators that narrate books. I don't really read fantasy well I don't listen to fantasy on audiobooks. But so I don't actually know the experience. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it didn't work out for you. I don't think I've ever read an audio listened to an audiobook as a third person. But then I don't really remember any of my audiobooks or honestly any of the books that I read. I need to just like I have no idea. I forget everything. I forget literally everything. Lockwood and Co. I read that physically though. So I don't know the experience. Yeah, for me I'm not the type of person who reads fantasy or any of those on ebook or audiobook. I feel like I retain the fantasy information when I read it as a physical book. I mean, I retain any information better than an ebook or audiobook. But yeah, oof. Narrator changed a few times. Mm, I feel so bad. I feel so bad whenever I listen to an audiobook and I fall asleep. Then I'll just push myself to go back and read it again because I can't. I feel like I miss like a whole book if I don't listen to everything. But if I skip a few maybe words, pages, that's fine. But if I skip like a whole chapter on an audiobook, I feel like I have to go back from the very beginning. Oh no. Uh Honestly, I never realized that this happened because I think in my mindset as a middle schooler, this never really phased my mind. But then obviously now that I'm much older, it's like, oh my goodness. And then I heard about the Ron Ginny thing, and that was like I could not even. Mm, I could not. I could not. And I read that from like Twitter. I read about the Ron and Ginny thing. That was from Twitter. And Twitter is all over the place. By the way, sometimes I can't even believe my eyes on what I see on Twitter. But I found that out and I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's also probably why I don't know, maybe I stopped reading the City of Bones series, but everything else is great. Infernal Devices, great. It's, oh my god, it's like a reverse Star Wars. Yeah, but not in a good way. Yeah. Oh, like, ah, I cannot believe that actually happened. Twitter, I don't know how Twitter knows everything. That's the one thing that I'm like, I can get all the information on Twitter. And I like pretty much live under a rock. I am a rock dweller. Okay? Like, I don't know anything that's going on. It's only when I'm checking Twitter, I swear that's when I actually know things that are happening. It's when I check Twitter. It's Twitter. Mortal Instruments, that's right. I honestly I just call it the Clarion J series. I know I'm tiny. Oh. I know, I'm a small bean, but it was so weird hearing that they kiss. Yeah. I I Okay, I haven't read it since then. I have not actually reread it, so I don't remember much. Much. Keyword much. But definitely not a good time. Not great. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, ugh. I must say, if TikTok is for you, then Twitter is this for me. Because there's always this one line from City of Bones or the Mortal Instruments series that everybody keeps quoting. I It's probably City of Bones specifically, but it's from when I think Sebastian was like, we're families, something. It's just this one specific quote that he says to Clary. I have no idea. Yeah, it's like, oh, bye bye. See you later. Or on Tuesday. True, true, true. Mm. Other than that, back to the quote thing. Must say, it's like, I like, I feel like I don't understand authors when they write incest in their stories. I read a story like that, and it was an arc from an author. And I was like, she invited me to read this, by the way. And she was like, okay. She messaged me on Instagram, and I was like, sure, I'd love to read her book. And I thought it was about a crime, about a mother, no, a woman who is accused, whose husband who just died and something, and then she falls in love with another man, and it was disgusting because it was the son or something like that. And I was like, because even though they realized they were related, it still continued. No, I could not. I DNF'd that so fast after. I was like, okay, I'll continue a little bit. Maybe they'll actually realize what they're doing. Maybe they'll stop it. They never did. And I was like, it was so painful to read. I could not believe my eyes. That by far is the one book that I will sink into my memory as the worst book in my entire life. Like, I've read some really bad books, but that one was the worst. And it was specifically because I could not stomach the fact that there was incest. And what's even worse is that our main character, the woman whose husband dies, is sexually assaulted by her uncle. And it was disgusting because it was so graphic. It was, I could not. Like, I can stomach sex scenes, fine. But something like that with incest, I was like, oh no, no, that's too much for me. And so I put that down. I deleted it off my Kindle because it was an arc, and I was like, nope, I never want to look at it ever again. I mean, if we're looking at the moral instruments, it's very tame compared to what I read, but it's like, oh, it was not great. Like, it was advertised as like as a crime fiction, and I was reading the Goodreads, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, it's so good. It's all about a woman finding her husband's murder." I have no idea. I don't even remember. And then I felt like I was completely given the opposite. I was like, oh, "This is the worst." It was so bad. It has scarred me very much. Ugh, ugh. I need to drink water. It's false advertisement, and it's like, oh my goodness. But on that note, let's get started on our second reading sprint because I'm on 17, kind of. Well, I'm on 17. I put like my little notes that I put for my annotations right where I want to end, which is chapter 20, which is not even near my last one. I still have, 30, 29, 29 plus epilogue to go. So I'm very behind. This is it. Yes, this is it. This is the one. Thank you very much. This is it. Ugh. This is the quote everybody quotes on Twitter. All the time. All the time. And it definitely fazed me when I was in middle school because I was too young to realize any of this. But then I realize this now, and it's probably one of the reasons why I can't stand. I don't. I shouldn't say I can't stand. I don't want to read Mortal Instruments. It's probably because Twitter has kind of put me off rereading City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series. It's like, I guess from context, I never really thought about the fact that he said this, and then now I'm like, it went really far above my head when I was younger. The third book. Yes, yes. And they did kiss, didn't they? Oh, okay. Have fun. Thank you so much for stopping by, Chris. Thank you. I hope you had fun and a great reading sprint. Emily Duncan. Is that the author who wrote Ruthless Gods? Let's go on Goodreads. Trusty Goodreads. Because I think I do want to actually I could look on my Kindle because I'm pretty sure I bought her books. Is there a scandal behind that? I feel like there is, except I obviously live under a rock, so I don't know what happened. Fantasy. Yes, I do have fantasy. Wicked Saints and Ruthless Gods and her book Blessed Monsters just came out, and I do have it. Is that the one you're talking about? Oh, I sounded very British for some reason, and I don't know why, but yeah. I heard there was something. Something happened. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Good Saints. That's so bad. Emily A. Duncan. I don't know. Can we see if Goodreads mentioned anything? I feel like I can just trust Goodreads reviewers to have like something if an author did something. I don't know. I have no idea. And we're going to move on from that because I'm lost. And because I definitely wasn't there. But that's so bad. Oh. I feel like also Twitter's like, you should just not say anything on Twitter. Like, I see things, but I don't comment. And because I'm like afraid. I don't know. That's just me. It's probably bad. But like with especially recently with what is Lauren Hugh. It's probably not Ho. I'm pronouncing it so wrong. And the fact that she was hating on a 4-star review, that is like, and it was on her very first day after publishing that book. I believe that was when it happened. She was like, I can't believe this person gave me a 4.5 even. I think it was 4.5. I saw that. I wasn't there specifically on Twitter. But I definitely saw people that I follow comment on Twitter, and I was like I do want to be a writer when I even now even like I want to be an author. right? But then like the fact that she went and saw a 4 star, 4.5 star, and was like, why aren't you giving me 5? 4 star is trash. Honestly, as a reviewer myself, 4 is great. 4 is something I would still recommend to people to read. And I feel so bad for the reviewer that she was hating on. Like if you go to the book now, it's like 2 point something right now. It's like exactly. 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 I feel like, especially when it comes to books, there's this thing like, should authors read their reviews? And it really, if you're able to stomach without really hating on reviewers, I guess read them. But then if you're like Lauren Hugh Ho, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. Like, I know for sure that, especially because I used to write on Wattpad, I would just not read any of the comments. Granted, I wasn't that popular on Wattpad, so but it's I just knew that I wouldn't really honestly read my reviews in the future if I get published or not. 4 star for me is like an amazing book, but 5 stars is reserved for the top books. Yes, exactly. Like for me, 5 star is. Let me show you because I'm rereading it. It's Beach Read. This book holds such a special place in my heart. I love this book so much. It renovates apparently resonates with me so much, and I have some great 5 stars as well. It's like the things that like I gave a 5 star. Oh, and 5 star for me is the book that like I really liked and I could not stop thinking about like weeks after. There's this book that I could not stop thinking about that I gave 4 stars, and then I could not stop thinking about it, and then I like watched it and I was like, I mean, I didn't watch it. I read it and I was like, why did I give this 4 stars? This is so good. And then I was like, it's the books that you really really enjoy, those types of books. And like 4.5, that's so good. Like I consider 4 great. 3 is good too. 3 to me is like good, but not something that I truly loved. 5 star is obviously something that I loved. It's like, oh, poor reviewer. Honestly, I feel sympathy for the reviewer. Yes, exactly. This is it. This is like my 5 star definition as well. And like in my opinion, everybody is like, I wish they gave 10 stars on Goodreads. Like you could do 10-star reviews, rate 10 stars pretty much. But honestly, 5 is enough for me. It really narrows things down. I think 10 is way too much for me. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I recommend anything 3.5 and above. Honestly, sometimes, actually, 3.5 for me, I don't really go with point fives on it unless it's like seriously necessary. But I would recommend same thing, 3.5 of 5 and above, 4 really and above. I feel like for me to recommend a 3 star, it really depends on the book because I wouldn't recommend all 3 stars. Like I have to go to my Goodreads again because I don't know the books I read apparently. I'm dumb. Um no, yeah. I don't know how my hair wants to go today. Um it's this way. Yeah, that's the way. I recently read this book, an arc that I read from NetGalley called The White Coat Diaries. And that is something I would recommend in some ways. I gave that 3 stars. I did write a review on it, so but then that one is like I enjoyed it, but it was also very complicated. So like it's one of those things like if you like this, maybe you can read it. But then if you don't really like this, maybe don't read it. Honestly, for me, if I recommend a 3 star, it really depends on the book. Mm, I guess this makes sense. Like 3 stars, it's like probably wouldn't recommend, but 3.5, most likely, definitely would recommend. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Oh, yeah, but like, I think I've been reading just the saddest books ever. And it's not like emotionally, it breaks my heart. It's just the fact that I've been reading a lot of 3 stars. The last 5 star I gave was The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek, if I'm even saying that right. So that one was really great. I loved it a lot. But yeah, there's like 4 stars. Honestly, I would recommend 3 even. Where's a 3 I would recommend other than the ones that I recently read? The Forgotten Kingdom, that's book 2 technically, so doesn't really count. But yeah, there are like some even in series, and like they're just books that I would recommend as a 3 star, you know? Other than that, let's get started on our next sprint. I've had a lovely chat. So great, so good. It's time though. It's time. I'm nervous because I don't know why. Is it this? It's this. What is this? Oh, that's that. Wait, what is this? No. Yeah. It's this. This. I've been using StreamYards for like what 1 year, and I just don't know how to. I don't know how to do it. I don't. Other than that, I can't speak. Ah. Other than that, we're gonna get started. I hope you enjoy the last few minutes of City of Bones. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Oh my gosh, that timer, it's so noisy. Okay, guys, 25 minutes up already. I don't know how it goes by just so fast. So fast. Too fast, in my opinion. I don't know. 25 minutes gone. Too fast. Too fast. Too fast. Other than that, I did great, in my opinion. I did fairly great. Can't tell if I was at 16 or 18. Pretty sure I was at 18, but I just reached my goal 20, chapter 20, which is really good because now I still have 9 more chapters left. It's not great. Not great. It's not great, but it's somewhere. And I'm at, in my opinion, a great place. But I'm in shock. I didn't realize I could do that. Let's just, where am I? I'm right there. Let's just split this in half. That looks half. Where's the nearest chapter? Looks like it's chapter 26. I'm just gonna put my note card in here. I did well. Didn't really expect to, in my opinion. I felt that I was gonna be reading slow, but then I might have skipped a few lines. Granted, it was just a few lines. Don't worry. But I had a pretty good time. You finished, read the daily 50 pages of my physical buddy read. Oh, that's good. That's very good. I'm very glad you did well. How did you like City of Bones? What did you rate it? What did you rate it? What did you rate it? There you go. I don't remember honestly what I rated mine. I don't even think I was using Goodreads at the time. So I don't remember, but I hope you enjoyed it. Also, is City of Bones book 3 or book 1? Is that City of Glass? Is City of Glass book 1? This is why I have a browser open. This is why. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. City of Bones is book 1. Wow, really? I didn't 2.5? Yeah. I do think, yeah, I mean, when I first read it on Scribd, the subscription. I have it on my thingy. Let me show you. It's this. It's the one in the top center. I'm not sure if you know it. This guy. This guy. That little S. Honestly, that's where I originally read it. Not bad. I think I definitely liked it much better than reading it as an audiobook. That being said, I don't know what it was as an audiobook, but 2.5, yeah, I do think you might have enjoyed it better as an ebook, but you never know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I do think that this series gets better, but I must say Mortal Instruments is not my favorite Shadowhunter universe series. Okay, here we go. Here's my time to shine. My time to shine, if you will. Nobody comment. Nobody at all comment. We're not going to comment on what I'm wearing. None of that. Because, yes, it's embarrassing. I know. I'm embarrassed as well. Don't worry. Also, why are these books like 80 kg? I don't know. But they're beautiful. That's all that matters, in my opinion. Not before all the books decide to fall is the problem. Come on. Where's this? This is here. Here we go. Here it is. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Wow, look at her. It's a little bit hot. I'm just going to put my blanket down. No, but I have, so let me give you, wow, it is very dusty. Very dusty. So considering that she's really famous, yeah, it makes sense that it would be in the library. But pretty much I love her other series and I would totally recommend. I recently, okay, now I feel really bad for my iPad right now because it's taking some. Also, I really do need to get rid of this box set, so I'm just gonna take this out. The box, not the books. Just the box. I don't need the box. Whoop. But the one thing, Queen of Air and Darkness. Oh, look, let me tell you, Queen of Air and Darkness. Where is it? Here she is. If you're talking about the colors, look at this. She's really pretty. She's really pretty. I feel like for cover wise, Queen of Air and Darkness will put her here, okay? And it really aligns herself with Chain of Gold. Chain of Gold. So pretty. So pretty. It is so good. I must say, though, I don't know why. I feel like I need to read Chain of Gold. I need to read it because I really want to get Chain of Iron so bad. I'm so excited for it. It's amazing. I'm so excited for this. And this one, I love the Chain of Iron because look at this beautiful piece of art. Stunning. Other than that, I don't know why I took this out now. I have a little bit of regret. This is the series that I really, really recommend that you read. Like, honestly, if you don't even finish Mortal Instruments, just go right into this. This one, in my opinion, is so good. It is simply amazing. It's the Infernal Devices. I originally bought the Mortal Instruments in the box set, so it also had this kind of style of spine, the style of spine, but they're all very gorgeous. Here's the first book called I know this, Clockwork Angel. It's so pretty. It's so good. I recently reread it, not recently, a year ago. Fairly recently because I reread it during quarantine lockdown situation. Honestly, I do believe she wrote this after Mortal Instruments, so maybe that's also why it's much better. But I would much recommend this series, the Mortal the Infernal Devices, and then yeah, you know, it's just much, in my opinion, better. It's just I'm dropping everything. But yeah, the series is so much better. And then we have another modern series that also features Clary and Jace. It's maybe you've read it. I have no idea. It's the big book one. And I hate that it's not actually even. It's the fact that I have two paperbacks and one hardback. Like it kind of bothers me a little bit. But I don't want to use more money and buy it again. I can't tell if I ordered. Oh, I think I ordered this one. That's why. What is the difference between these? Is there a difference? Oh yeah, there's art. Um, other nope, other way. This I really really like it. Um, I like the series. It does have Clary and Jace appear. I don't know exactly how often they appear, but I did very much enjoy this. I enjoyed honestly all her other series and thought that the Mortal Instruments, the Clarion J series was okay. It was okay for me. Yeah. Um but yeah, I absolutely hate when books do not match. It's like my downfall, which is why I'm hoping that Chain of Iron is the exact same size as my Chain of Gold. Okay? That's my only wish. That's literally it's if it's one thing, I want this to match so bad. Like Mortal Instruments is gone. Actually, I donated that. I forgot I kept saying that. They all mean the same thing to me. Infernal Devices is the same because that's box set. This one, I think I bought these two together. I can't tell. Can I? 2017, 2017. Yeah, I got the first two books, and I think it was because I was waiting for book three. By the way, book three is heavy. It is thicker. Honestly, it's probably the same. I wouldn't even. It might as well be the same size as the other two books. But other than that, I'm gonna put this over here. I feel like okay, the romance um in first off, the Infernal Devices is better than Clarion Jace, and in the Dark Artifices, like their chemistry, which is friends to lovers, is much better. I think it's just because, like you said, you're reading in publication date. I think that's why I liked the other ones better because she did write them earlier. Like obviously Chain of Gold she's writing right now. And then the Dark Artifices she finished in 2018. So that's kind of why. Other than that, yeah, that's why I that's why. That's why. I don't know if I want to go for another sprint. I think I might go for it. Just because I honestly have so much time and I'm just being a senior right now and I don't really want to do work. That's on me. And honestly, I'm so close to finishing this book. Did I say siblings to lovers? I really hope I didn't. I meant friends to lovers. I have no idea. But honestly, yeah, like I feel like it's awkward because you think they're siblings, but then they're not. But then it's like I feel like it'd be really awkward. Exactly, going back, like, how do you still like them afterwards? You know, it's like I have no idea. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know how she writes it. In my opinion, I really don't. It's talent. She's got talent. Oh yeah, it still is. Honestly, it still always is. And honestly, yeah, I think I realized this without even having to reread it. Is the fact that this was I think this was her first series in the universe. So in the Shadowhunter universe. So that's why it's like eh. And I think she realized as she continued to write that she should not have added this. So I think then she was like, oh, she was like, oh, I should not have done that. And then she was like, okay. And then she obviously grew, as we can see. Um, yeah, but I do recommend you read it. I mean, honestly, I forgot her name. Cassandra Clare. It has like all her books on my library and I on the other libraries as well. And yeah, I'm slowly getting books. I have it on ebook. Yes, ebook. I have Chain of Iron, as you can see from right there, and I'm super excited to read it just because I've been dying to read it. But I do want to reread Chain of Iron, that makes sense. Reread Chain of Gold. But I'm really excited to read it. And yes, I do want to buy the physical book. Please don't ask me why. Um, I feel like there are some books that I would love to have as an ebook and as a physical book because those are the books that I love. And obviously, when I travel, it's easier. That's kind of my reasoning. Other than that, you guys don't care. She pulled an Uno reverse when she realized she messed up. She did. I don't know if that series was like her first ever series, like her debut novel and series. So I have no idea. But you could definitely see the way she grew. Like I think the growth is there, so yay. But oof, like that it stained her, in my opinion. It kind of stained a little bit. It's too late. I mean, that came out a long time ago. 2007. Oh my god. What in the world? That's crazy. I had no idea. That was so long ago. Is that her only series? I mean, not series, like universe. Like, did she read anything outside of Shadowhunters? Let's find out. And we're talking like I know about Bane Chronicles and like the Shadowhunter Academy and everything, but I'm talking outside. And there are 8 pages on her books. I feel lazy. I was 5 as well. 6, 5. I was 5 when City of Bones came out. Yeah. And then by the time I read it in middle school, I think I was in middle school when I read it and I did read it. I think I think I don't know. I don't really know. Oh wait, what about Infernal Devices? When did that come out? That's the question. That is the question. Let's see. Infernal Devices. 2013. Hmm. That might have been when I read Infernal Devices. Nope. Mortal Instruments. There you go. I don't know. I apparently don't know what it's. Oh, wait. Ah, yes. I remember this because I remember my friends read it and they were like, it got worse because apparently the main character had like a limp or had a cane or something, some Casbrecker sidekick kind of thing. I have no idea. And by book 3, they totally forgot that he had like a limp or whatever. And so I think that's why it went really bad. It went south. But I have no idea. I was going to be like, maybe I'll read it. And then I just not decided, never mind. I kind of don't want to read it anymore. But honestly, that's fine. It's fine by me. But yeah, I did hear that about that. I did hear about that. Still good though. I mean, I'm sure maybe I'll read book 1. We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. Clockwork Princess is 2013. I think I said Clockwork Princess. I meant Clockwork Angel. My bad. 2010. Unbelievable. Yeah. Ghost of the Shadow Market. Yeah, that's right. But that I'm pretty sure is also part of the Shadowhunter like universe. So that's why I'm not including that. But yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. Let's find out. Ghost of the Shadow Market. Yeah. It came out in 2019. Um Hmm. Very interesting. Yeah. Thousands, let's be honest. I feel like she's gonna write until she dies. Uh no, no, stop. Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, same. It's so in depth. Honestly, I aspire to have a world that deep. Like, I want to be an author. I want to write fantasy. That's one of the genres I want to write, and I want to have a universe that's like really in depth. But I don't think I'd go as far as like 3 book series, 4 book series. I mean, one is enough. I mean, maybe she was like, one is enough back then too, and then she realized I want to keep writing that. But then, I mean, I have no idea. But yeah, that's so funny. It's really fleshed out, and I think that what's great is that she like doesn't miss a thing. So I mean, I'll give her that. She really doesn't miss a thing when it comes to her books. Um, yeah, I really it's good though. How does she keep track? I want to know too. Like I want her to release like a YouTube video and say this is how I like what how does she keep track? You know, how does she? That's a video I just want to have like I want to see a video on my timeline one day and be like, this is from Cassandra Clare. How I keep track of all my series, my books, the world, the magic, the downworlder system, the people. You know, I want to watch it. I don't care if it's 2 hours long, 1 hour. I want to learn. It's really incredible too because it's so in depth. I don't know how she does it, but it's great. I like had an accent going on there and I don't know why, but it's incredible. And I feel like no, it's just incredible. That's all I've got. It's like there are some definite things that like you could see that she improved on, but it's really great. And I really honestly think it's super impressive to hear about the way she like and this is any author like sci-fi, fantasy that can do so well with like their world building. A day in the life, how to write 5,000 books in. You know who this reminds me of? Nora Roberts. She has so she writes Nora Roberts writes romance, but she also has a pen name, JD Robb. I don't know, maybe you guys have heard of her. She writes her crime futuristic books under JD Robb. And she I swear she publishes like 10 books, 20 books a year. It's so crazy how she does it. It's like how do you have the time? But I love Nora Roberts. I think her writing is incredible, and I do want to read JD Robb, like the crime fiction under her JD Robb pen name. It's like I don't know how. Like I'm pretty sure JD Robb, and if you're talking about JD Robb here, I hope you are. If JD Robb concealed in depth. Apparently, I really need to do spell everything out. Naked in Death, book one. Okay, book one came out in 1995. That is my brother's age. It's 25 years. I don't know how they do this. I don't know how they do this. I don't know. They're obviously full-time authors. Like you can tell. Like all they do is write, sit down, write. That's what they do. I mean, I aspire to do that. I love to write and I want to do that and I want to be published, but I don't know how they do that. I really don't. And especially I feel like authors who indie authors, especially, which I'm planning. I don't know if I want to be traditional or go indie, self-publish. But self-published authors, especially on Kindle Unlimited, they're publishing like left and right. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so cool. Like, I don't know how they do it. And like, yeah, like, I don't know. How do they write? My question is, how do they write so fast? That's what I want to know. That's like the only, like, if I were to do an interview with them, that's the question I would ask. How do you write so fast? And I'd give the mic to them. And I hope they have a good response, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of them. You know, I don't know. I don't know. They're scary. Nora Roberts is scary because she, like, and she publishes her JD Robb as well at the same time. In like, she publishes probably like 10, 20 books in a year for her actual Nora Roberts, her actual name, and then her under her pen name for JD Robb. She writes like 10, 20. I don't know how. 7 books in 3 years. The talent. The talent. And it really, honestly, it depends on how long. Scarlett St. Clair. Ooh, okay, got it. We're searching her up. Scarlett. Finding how to spell it. St. Clair. A Touch of Darkness. Oh, I do want to read this too. Didn't like the way I said that. I love, okay, A Touch of Darkness. Oh, yeah, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is exactly the book that I did want to read. That's right. Okay. Her A Touch of Darkness, Hades and Persephone series. Book 1 is 2019. Book 2, May 2019. April 23rd, 2020. 20? My English is good, guys, I promise. And then book 3, A Touch of Malice. Ooh. Comes out May 25th. Never mind. Will not use her as an example. But I'm pretty sure her other series. They're like 400 pages long. Oh, how the talent, the raw talent authors have. 400 pages. Like, I feel like, and I should never do this because comparison is bad, people, but I swear, I look at these authors and I go, how do they do this? And then I'm here with like, just like the manuscript that I write, it's like subpar. It's like dirt. I don't know, but they have like, they're really like, oh my god, I don't know how. Scarlett St. Clair. I don't know how. I don't know how. I do want to read A Touch of Darkness though. That one, I don't know if I added it to my Kindle Unlimited list. Let's check. Oh, I didn't. That's great. That's great for me, actually. Look, you're wondering, I'm wondering as well. 25 minutes is so short. I let's focus. We should really do some more sprints. Like, how does it go by so fast? That's my only question. Where does the time go? Other than that, you're right. We should be doing more. I need water though. Oh no, I hate this. Okay. I am hydrated. I am my book. Grab your book, grab your whatever, grab your writing manuscript, grab your whatever. Let's start 25 minutes. You know what? No. Should we do 30? No, let's do 25. I don't want to change my system. I've been doing 25 for so long. All right, guys, 25 minutes, everybody. Here we go. All right, have fun. Go get your food. I'm honestly hungry too, but for me, dinner is in like 1 hour. I'll live. But see you in a bit. I hope you come back for your own sprints, depending on, or just chilling and munching on food. Other than that, let's get started. Um, whew. And 3, 2, 25 minutes, 1, and let's start. And we are done. Ooh, Mishu, hi. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh. This was a great sprint. I finished chapter 25, and I think that's great. I've been doing well. I have 4 more chapters left to go, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We just got down from the high, and now we're the peak, if you will. Yeah, yeah. It's dying down now. But damn, I have 3 chapters left and epilogue, so 4 technically, if we want to say. I can't believe it. I can't believe how soon I'm gonna finish this book. And if I actually started reading this when I was supposed to read this, I probably would have finished it in like a few days. But obviously, it took me since March 26th to start reading this to read this book. We're gonna move on from that fact. Um, but yeah, I already know I'm giving this 4 stars. Honestly, this was great. I really did enjoy it. Must say this was a good young adult. It was. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. There's a fly just. It seems like he's just crashing into my window. A lot. Are you okay there? He's still doing it. He's confused. Anyway, no, yeah. I'm giving this 4 stars. This is a great fantasy young adult. Honestly, it's great. I had some cereal because I realized I couldn't be bothered to cook, and then read a 23-page extract. Very, very nice. This is honestly great. I mean, okay, I feel like 25 minutes is not a lot whatsoever, but then when you like really get into it, then it's like, wow, who knew I had this potential, you know? It's like, but no, yeah, I've really actually been enjoying Descent of the Crane. It's actually really good. It's definitely, honestly, finally, after so many oranges, I mean, blues, pinks. What is this yellow? When did I write a yellow? Oh, yeah. Other than that, yeah, I know for sure I'm giving this 4 stars. Um, it's actually a really great young adult fantasy, and I feel like I've only been reading like adult books genres, so romance, fantasy, thriller e. I don't read horror, so I'm not going to mention that, but just getting back into small stuff, young adult even. It's been great. I'm really excited because I did borrow a few other young adults, and personally I don't know mine. I don't know why. Like, I have Language of Thorns. I don't know why I didn't ease myself and borrow it at staggered times rather than, borrowing it all at once. But my brain apparently just doesn't work that way. It doesn't, but what can I say? Other than that, I had a really great reading sprint, guys. These 3 reading sprints in 2 hours and 25 minutes. I could have fit what? How many reading sprints? Let's see. 4 reading sprints rather than 3, but we chatted. It's great. We love that. Other than that, really, guys, thank you guys so much for coming. I had such a great reading sprint. I am here tomorrow, by the way. What time tomorrow is the better question, because I don't know what time I'm back tomorrow. Let's check. I'm back tomorrow at. It's the same fly. Something's going on. Are you okay, fly? Tomorrow I am coming back at unknown because it doesn't give you the time. I should be coming back around the same time as right now. So if you want to catch up tomorrow, at the same time, I will be here. So Thank you guys so much for coming. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I am two away from 200. Honestly, it's incredible. I don't know how. It's all thanks to you guys and all of these reading sprints I've honestly been doing. Like, if you look at my recent videos, it's just all been sprints and like live shows. But thank you guys so much for coming. I had a great time. I had a great time chatting with you, Blanca. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much. That means so much. I will see you guys all tomorrow. And yeah, so